That button there wants to be pushed. Oh no. There we go. I'll be back. Jolly good. Okay, I'm not seeing anybody here yet. So I'm hoping somebody will appear really soon. Maybe say something. How about if I press that button there? Nothing happens. Yes! Hurrah! Go away, keyboard. I didn't ask for you. There we go. Haha, people! Hello! I hope you had a bright and a bonny midsummer solstice celebration, however you celebrated it, however quietly and safely. Hi, Helen. Hi, Martina. Hello. Lots of lovely people. Right. Good. It's always this awkward bit of you think you've pressed the right buttons and you're sitting here on your own in a room making noises, feeling potentially very silly. Gather this night, dark feathers cut the air, and sever song from silence. Do not take fright, for I will lead you there, and spin the subtle thread. Laughter and lust, passion, betrayal, death by accident or violence. Treason and trust, your brightest dreams, and how the moon was nearly wed. Laughter and lust, passion, betrayal, death by accident or violence. Treason and trust, your brightest dreams, and how the moon was nearly wed. Bring sacred tales, bring sacred words to the sacred fire. Let every voice be heard. So, hello everybody, lovely to see you all coming in. I'm apparently in Natalie's garden whilst being here in my kitchen, which is rather gorgeous. I have a very mixed bunch of songs to present to you tonight around, some of them are very, very midsummery songs indeed. And if you actually catch all four that mention midsummer, I think it's four. Yes, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. All 4 songs that mention midsummer. I may send you a prize, who knows. I'm making this up as I go along. Right, so the next song is a recollection of last year's midsummer, which I spent very much at Avebury and very much in the church there. You may have heard me bimble about St James Avebury, and I am a very happy pagan with a very glad to have a home church. They've welcomed me and they've welcomed my music, and it's been wonderful. I've expanded my sense of what my faith is about and what I can relate to. Last midsummer, now what they do most midsummers there at St James, not this year obviously, but previous midsummers, they open the church at solstice for the weekend, and they have coffee and sandwiches and things, and they have an art installation, and they have craft stalls and craftings and music happening all over. And I was told, come and turn up for as much as you like, you know, and play some music. So I did, and it was glorious. It was a glorious way to spend midsummer. The art installation, now I'm a sucker for old churches. You know, who doesn't love a good old church with the beautiful stonework and the red and yellow tiles, you know, and the windows and all. There's such beauty in those places, whatever your faith is, I think. There was a display on the floor in the middle of the church with a large luminous red bowl and very many little candles and pebbles and sparkly stones, things set at different levels, and all surrounded by an oval of meadow flowers, of wild flowers. And whichever way you looked at it, you couldn't really quite take it all in at once. I loved it, and I felt from the beginning it was a little bit like one of those representations of the universe in something like a medieval book of hours. And it moved me to write this particular piece, which is therefore called Cosmology at Midsummer. Like a curtain dark and spangled, all the universe is hung, and a million lanterns on the darkness there are hung, all with meadow flowers bound, and the sun so red and round, all with meadow flowers bound. One bright star among so many is the star that shines for me, and its fire kindles fire for the universe to see, all with meadow flowers bound, and the sun so red and round, all with meadow flowers bound. The good green kindly earth that travels there is all the home I know, from the sky with all its wonders to the giving land below, all with meadow flowers bound, and the sun so red and round, all with meadow flowers bound. Spring and waterfall to ocean, every river's path is shown, countless pebbles shift and gather in a pattern all their own, all with meadow flowers bound, and the sun so red and round, all with meadow flowers bound. Days when all I see is broken, and I cannot make things whole, the patterns of the universe are comfort to my wounded soul, all with meadow flowers bound, and the sun so red and round, all with meadow flowers bound, all with meadow flowers bound, and the sun so red and round, all with meadow flowers bound. Oh, thank you, Josie. So that, it feels for me like a little bit like a medieval, you know, one of those pictures. It was beautiful, and I am very glad of my friends there and the welcome that I've received. So that's Cosmology. Oh yes, right. So from there to something slightly sillier. Some of you will have heard this before. This is one of a handful of songs which was actually premiered by somebody else, not me. I think it was Simon who first sang this one, possibly in Canada. I may be misremembering. It's a very serious song, this. It's about books, kind of. How many angels, how many angels, how many angels, how many angels dancing on the head of a pin, on the head of a pin. So, you take this picture and reverse it. Draw a line connecting all the eyes, and there's a pattern. It's a well-known constellation. And you subdivide the distance from the landmark in the picture to the calculated centre of that well-known constellation by the shoe size of the artist. Translate that into Latin, whereupon you'll find a numeral. If looked at in a mirror, spell the name of somewhere ancient where the poor knights of St. John did something secret. That's nice Templar, 'cause they're always our Knights Templar, and the markings on the floor you find illuminated only by the moonlight at midsummer. What a good thing it's midsummer, are the sacred hieroglyphics drawn by Mary Magdalene, and as you struggle to decode them, forgot the Rosicrucians. You are struck by revelation and a handy lump of metal, and you come to in a cellar, and you know your number's up, but it's all right, you solved the riddle, and the riddle that you've solved is, why do books like this sell millions? And the answer is the body was found clutching a small piece of paper bearing 3 numbers and what's believed to be an obscure religious symbol. More on this story later, but for now, the weather. How many angels, how many angels, how many angels, how many angels dancing on the head of a pin, on the head of a pin? Because who doesn't love a little bit of sacred geometry? Right. And now something that I think hardly any of you have heard, and I'll actually put the guitar down for this. Many of you will know my song Queen of Spindles, which I have sung many times, and which I probably did in the first kitchen session, knowing me. I came across this little song, which I wrote a bunch of years ago, and then probably forgot about, which, as I like to do, takes the story and then looks either beforehand or afterwards, or slightly to the side of the story that's in the original song. This is kind of a what happened afterwards, because you know the story of the wild swans, and how right at the end, the sister who has been working hard with her nettles to turn them into cloth and make these shirts for her brothers to save them from being wild swans, and she has, let's assume there are 7 brothers in this one, because it's 7, 9 or 11 depending on the version, but if we go with 7, then she gets 6.5 shirts done. And all she's not got is the last sleeve. So she's presumably got 6 complete nettle shirts and one that's only got 1 sleeve. So when she flings them up over her brothers, they turn back into her brothers rather than being birds, except for probably the youngest, because it's always the youngest. The youngest gets a raw deal in this kind of thing, who has 1 arm and 1 swan wing. And there you go. That's the end of the story. They all lived happily ever after. He has a swan wing. I mean, so I was always a bit taken with that. This is 2 white wings. My brothers all, I wish you well. I wish you all good things, who have such clever human hands, where once you each had wings. Who walk so fine upon the land, your feathers all long gone. But as I am not man again, pray let me be a swan. My sister dear, I wish you well, whose tears I cannot dry. Am I denied both human form and the means and strength to fly? Am I to lose my sister's love? Now grief is all her song. Then if I cannot be a man, pray let me be a swan. Oh, let me have my 2 white wings, and let me have the sky. I'll circle round your castle keep, and bid you all goodbye. I'll circle once, then choose my course, and evermore fly on. I am no prince, I am no man, but I could be a bonny swan. I am no prince, I am no man, but I could be a bonny swan. I promised you changelings in this set, and really when I went looking through my collection of songs, the number of changelings in them was considerable. I suppose it's very much a popular trope in fairy tale and fiction, and certainly I've had clearly a fascination, I've had a fascination with things that turn into other things, people that turn into other things. There's a very it's a bit of a cult kind of film. Oh goodness, what is it called? Nightbreed. Clive Barker's Nightbreed. And there's a bit in it where one of the monsters talking to a human says, "You call us monsters, but when you dream of flying or of being smoke or of being invisible." And the thing in the film is that the monsters are simply creatures who are different and are changelings. And some of them are vicious, but the real monster is the serial killer, who's a human, who has no excuse. It's a weird film, excellent film, but that always stuck with me. You know, what we call monsters. And I suppose there's something a bit deeper to explore one day on how we monsterize creatures that are different to us, people that are different to us, when really it's not what you look like. Do you have wings? Are you invisible? Have you got horns? You know, do you change into a wolf at the full moon? But are you kind? What do you do? What harm have you done people? What good have you done people? One particular fairy tale with a changeling theme has always been a bit of a favourite of mine. But every version of it I've pretty much ever seen, including the possibly Ladybird version when I was a very small girl indeed, I would get to the end and go, I liked the Beast better. Because usually at the end of any version of Beauty and the Beast, he turns into this young blonde lad, which they at least do make some sense of in the most recent film. They try and go, you know, well, that's where he was before. But the Beast, oh my goodness, there's this great, hairy, gorgeous, rawr. And then this blonde lad, it just doesn't do it for me. Hi, Sib. 11, 6, an even number. Now that's not allowed. Even numbers of swans or geese. I've come across 7, 9 and 11, but never. Oh, and they're ravens, are they for you? Okay, so 7, 9, 11 or 6 if you're in Germany. Wild swans, wild geese or ravens. Okay, so that does, yeah. It's versatile. I'm going to need my capo for this. Some of you have heard this next one. It was a long time in the making. It's called Beautiful Beast. Yes, Josie, just like that. If you fell in love with Aragorn and he turned into Legolas. This final page of the story, the writer has put down her pen, leaves us precisely as written, and prisoned in paper again. Beauty, you say, I am whole now. At last, I'm the man I should be. But I've turned my face to the window. There are tears that you don't need to see. Beauty, you say, I am well now. You've saved me from what I'd become. But your strength was what taught me to trust you. And I'm tired, and I'm hurt, and I'm numb. Let this be clear. Let this be clear when the story is told. He was the roar in the deep of my soul. And the boy he's become leaves me cold. Beautiful beast, beautiful beast. Oh. Loss brings me clarity briefly. I dare not remain by your side. I know how soon I would hate you. That's not a thing I could long hide. Beauty, you say, I am cured now. I can live in the light like a man. I say beast, but that isn't your name now. And I'm running as fast as I can. Make it clear when the story is told. He was the roar in the jeep of my soul, and the boy he's become leaves me cold. Beautiful beast, beautiful beast. And the shame should be mine. I wish him all the joy we'd hope to find. At least I can run if I cannot be kind to my beautiful beast, beautiful beast. Your fangs, your fur, and all that you were. Your eyes so bright, so tender your bite. And I miss your claw down the line of my jaw. Why am I more sad than angry? It's clear this is what you've desired. I should be so much less selfish, but I'm hurt and I'm numb and I'm tired. I remember running down corridors scared of you. I didn't know how, but you startled me out of my fear. Standing in the library, so very many books to read. So now I have read them and this becomes clear. Let the story be told. He was the roar in the deep of my soul, and the boy he's become leaves me cold. Beautiful beast, beautiful beast. And the shame should be mine. I wish him all the joy we hope to find. At least I can run if I cannot be kind to my beautiful beast, beautiful beast. I kissed him as the last petal fell. I kissed him as the last petal fell. I kissed him as the last petal fell. I should have kissed him sooner. That one I had to sellotape together. Okay. No changelings in this next one, but from a very old tale indeed. I have a handful of songs that are inspired by Arthurian legends. This is one of them. I haven't sung this for a long time. Well, I mean, I've rehearsed it this week, but I haven't sung it out live for a long time. Some of you will know exactly what I'm talking about. There is a hill, and from its roots there grows a holy spring, where I was a lady of the lake, and you all Britain's king. Ooh, ooh. There is a spring, and where it flows resides a sacred well, where I brought water to your lips as apple blossom fell. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There is a well, and where it stands a garden grows around, and you were every patient night while I was lost and found. Ooh, ooh, is a garden, green and fair, where you and I have been. Walk with me there, once more, my love, and let me be your queen. Walk with me there, once more, my love, and let me be your queen. I'll go back to Glastonbury one day. Litha-come-light, and he kissed her mouth. Sun long gone, and the moon night lot long enough. At the pivot point of the natural year, day all stretched to the limit, and the way so far from clear. Litha-come-light, midsummer night, something begin. Gather me in, Litha-come-by, darken the sky, how the air's warm, conjure the storm. Litha-come-light, midsummer night, something begin. Gather me in, Litha-come-by, darken the sky, how the air's warm, conjure the storm. Litha-come-light, Litha-come-light, Litha-come-light. Gather me in, gather me in, gather me in. Lady Moon holds a mask before her features. They are paler than the pearls her mother wore. Lady Moon gathers music in her fingers as she watches every dancer on the floor. Lady Moon's silver slippers bear her softly, and the room stills about her as she goes. Every footfall a kiss between the heavens and the earth. But which of these fine dancers sent the rose? He says, Lady Moon, will you dance with me just once while I am mortal? For there is no woman I would rather gather in my arms. And though the price of my impertinence be such that after just one dance I burn away to ashes, so I choose. Lady Moon, tell me, what have you to lose? Lady Moon holds a rose of paper petals, scribed about with sweet words that she has read. She will speak to her messenger come morning, for he delivered this and laid it by her bed. Ah, but for now she regards each mortal dancer as a soft luminescence lights each face. All is still as she silently begs answer, and her will holds each one of them in place. He says, Lady Moon, will you dance with me just once while I am gather in my arms. And though the price of my impertinence is such that after just one dance I burn away to ashes, so I choose. Lady Moon, tell me what have you to lose? Now Lady Moon removes her mask so he can see her, and the pale fire that dances on her skin. Mute his eyes give assent, and she steps closer. As they touch, she compels the dance begin. Now should she burn him for his courage? Should she punish him for this? Should she vanish when the dance ends, or surrender one slow kiss? Should she set him in her heavens as an avatar of light? Should she let him go now gently and hope he forgets this night? Lady Moon smiles as slowly as the world turns. Once he'd asked, she was helpless to refuse. But once the dance was underway and she compelled the music play, Lady Moon will worry later how to choose. And after all, what has Lady Moon to lose? Oh, lovely to see that was one some of you were wanting. I'm so glad. Couldn't not. It's a favourite of mine. Right. Well, I'm galloping through songs here. Time to put the guitar down again. I'm hoping that some of these are familiar to you and some of them are new. I'm quite enjoying doing this themed thing on the whole, and I haven't run out of songs yet. I did take an extra couple of weeks between the last one and this because I just needed a bit of time in between. But, you know, as long as I've still got songs and as long as you will turn up to take part in this, then, you know, I've got a few more in the bag. So thank you for joining me. This one, this is going back to 1997. This is the oldest one of mine you will hear tonight. 1997. This is a song from the last millennium. Oh my goodness. That sounds even worse than the last century, doesn't it? And I wrote this after, I think it was a picture inspired this. I can't tell you anything about the changeling in here because all I know is in the song, and the rest, make up what story you will. There is no land for conquest here. Josie types, I was 6 when you wrote this. I'll start that one again. Points to you. If you make me corpse and have to start again, you definitely get a point. I was more than 6 when I wrote this, Josie. There is no land for conquest here, nor the gift of future's promise. Bid me no runes, I am no seer. What blessing from an empty chalice? I am no prize that you should win me. I am no newfound claiming. Only this hour I hold you dear. Fool though you be, to love a changeling. Build me no cage of gilded bars. Your finest arts could never hold me. Swear me no oaths, I crave them not. Such pretty lies are often told me. Your heart's your own, I am not its hunter, no glamour this sweet passion, no more than truth this changeling dares, fool though you be, to ask the question. So journey well when I am gone, soon enough indeed I shall be. Hear in your dreams my fading song, warning travellers not to love me. Your crimson bride I will not be, your time is all I'm taking. I'll share your path some little way, fool though you be, to love a changeling. More water. Hello folks, I can't, I would like to stop and name you all as you come by, and I see the little names and it's gorgeous, and I really appreciate every one of you who has tuned in to this tonight. And of course it will stay up on Facebook for watching later if you want to watch it again, and also they're going up on YouTube because Simon's doing the clever stuff with that. And if you would like to find my YouTube channel, Talis Kimberley Kitchen Sessions, then there's the whole like and subscribe thing, which, you know, no hard sell. But if you fancy doing it, then numbers on that will in time enable YouTube to give us the tools to do more of this sort of thing. So, more singing, more burbling. Oh, Jacqueline, thank you. Ah, Mark, hello, right. Now the thing is, I read all the comments afterwards and I try to reply to them. Sometimes, I have to say, I look at the comment and I think, I have no idea what you're referring to just then. So if I don't answer a question or pick up on a hint or a clue or something, that's why, because in real time, they're flicking up so fast. Anyway, I'm burbling. I do that. If you've heard me live, you've heard me burble. If you've met me live, you've seen me burble. That's what I do. Oh my goodness. Now, I've got a couple of big songs coming up here. You may have spotted, those of you who have followed my music for some time and know some of these songs rather well, you may have spotted a thing, and you may be wondering, why isn't Talis playing the bouzouki? Well, that's a really good reason, and there's a very good answer, which is that whilst I can play quietly on this and I can sing over it, I can sing words and you can hear them over the guitar, I can't do that with the bouzouki because the bouzouki is so loud it would drown my singing, and also it's the wrong shape for sitting down with. Hasn't got the little indentation, you know, that sits on my knee there. I can't put my voice nearer the microphone and my bouzouki further away and play them both at the same time unless I were a TARDIS, which I am not. So that's why I'm not playing bouzouki in these. Absolutely, Susie. So that's why no bouzouki. However, there's a whole bunch of songs that I've always played on the bouzouki, arranged on the bouzouki, sometimes have nice little twiddles on the bouzouki. I can't leave them all out. So some Corn Jenny, which I did a couple of sessions ago, I am trying to transfer some of the bouzouki songs onto the guitar, which is, believe me, an adventure. So is the fact that sometimes when I wrote these songs, my voice and where the break is kind of in a different place because some of them are like old. Pardon me, this next one is, oh yeah, it's only a year younger, 1998. Let's see. I haven't sung this one for a long, long time. Oh yeah, the zouk doth roar. It is a noisy beast. I can't sing over it, so you're stuck with me with the guitar. Through the Marchwood rides a horseman, dressed in silver trimmed with gold. She was proud and would not see him, oh, her heart was of the cold. He said, I am a sorcerer, I am a mage, I own the wisdom of the writing on the page. She said, I am surrounded by bright mirrored walls. Your strongest sorcery will touch me not at all. Think again, think again. Ha! Through the Marchwood rides a horseman, dressed in velvet trimmed with fur. She was proud and would not see him, knew well what his wishes were. He said, I am a warrior, I am a knight. I offer fealty to a queen for whom I fight. She said, I am the chatelaine of all these lands. My safety lies within my own, not others' hands. Think again, think again. Ha! Through the Marchwood rides a horseman, plainly dressed, no airs at all. She was minded to receive him, met him in her bannered hall. He said, I am a journeyman, I trade in songs. She said, I am a ballad, but my story is too long. He said, I am a patient man, and a fool besides. She said, I like your patience, Marchwood, better than your pride. He said, I am an artisan, I work in stone. She said, I am a tower, standing isolate alone. He said, are you a changeling then? She cried, I am. He said, then choose your shape and catch me if you can. If you can, if you can, if you can, if you can, if you can. Not the cuckoo, not the magpie, but the white owl's way, the sorcerer's way. Well, if I've got one there that's, yes. So Glenn, that's a new one for you. I haven't done that one for a long time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so you can just imagine that with brands and things all going bananas. And it's very much a kind of a sister song. Next one was written a few years later, but very much a sister song in the style when I was all about kind of fairy tales and changelings and things. This next one, I have to say, I've sprained my wrist playing it, and it's a very dangerous song indeed, this one. It's another of my favourite fairy tales. It's called Tattercoats, and the inspiration for this is the story of the same name by Midori Snyder in the collection, the anthology of fairy tale retellings. Now it's either Black Thorn White Rose or Black Rose White Thorn or something like that. But if you look up Midori Snyder, she's a writer. She's written this. It's a beautiful, intense, very sensual retelling of the Tattercoats tale. You're going to have to imagine a Baran going 16 to the dozen here. Barans and bananas sound like a good pub. Definitely. Not the sort that sells kettles. That's another story. Right, anyway. Here we go. She puts on the garment of tatters and fragments and runs away into the night. No lady of leisure, but wild like a creature you'd meet on a midsummer's night. Oh, the man she's been waiting for crosses the bridge to the manor's own lands. She lets the rope part into beats of her heart. She burns in his hands. Oh, she burns in his hands. Oh, she burns in his hands. The spinning, the dyeing, the weaving, the baking, the children, the servants, the giving, the taking. A wife 7 years and a mother for 5, she says, look at me, damn you, and prove I'm alive. So she puts on the garment of tatters and fragments and runs away into the night. No lady of leisure, but wild like a creature you'd meet on a midsummer's night. Oh, the man she's been waiting for crosses the bridge to the manor's own lands. lets the rope part into beats of her heart. She burns in his hands, oh, she burns in his hands, oh, she burns in his hands. She tries on the dresses of moonlight and starlight. Everyone stares, but she craves only his sight. He's home late, out early, every damn day. If he's losing his love for her, wouldn't he say? So she puts on the garment of tatters and fragments and runs away into the night. No lady of leisure but wildlife, the creature you'd meet on a midsummer's night. Oh, the man she's been waiting for crosses the bridge to the manor's own lands. She lets the rope part into beats of her heart. She burns in his hands, oh, she burns in his hands, oh, she burns in his hands. She's learnt and she's learning, she's taking more time now. Oh, the clear broth is thickened, and she thinks she knows why now. Its herbs make the difference, seasonings bind it. She'd wear the cloak once more, if she can but find it. Where is the garment of tatters and fragments she bundled away out of sight? He goes, as she is, but no less like a creature you'd meet on a midsummer's night. Oh, but the man in the Tattercoats waits for her right at the edge of his land. He lets the rope part into beats of her heart. She burns in his hands, oh, 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 now she understands, oh. Need some water after that one. Yes, it's a bit of a splendid tale. I used to write so much more about fairy tales and things, and you know, my writing has shifted through all sorts of different things, through the politics, through the green stuff, and also about finding the humour and the whimsy in everyday living. And then I started writing about sheep and knitting, and so it's really been quite fun for me to go back through a whole lot of songs and go, that's quite good, I like that. Why haven't I sung it in 10 years? Let's haul it out and polish it up and give it a go. In fact, I think I need to lose a layer because it's very warm, and that one has a lot of welly going on in it. Right, so there we go. Out of my little cardigan, carefully, without dropping the guitar on the floor, because that would be bad. Right. It's warm in here. It's warm in here. Is it warm where you are? I hope it's peaceful where you are. I hope you're enjoying the songs and the burble, and I hope you're comfy and safe and have some knitting or a cup of tea or a cat to cuddle or something to look forward to. I'm looking forward to this one because it's a little bit easier to sing. Some of you will know this. I think a lot of you will know this, and it's appropriate for this one. I am the candle in your kitchen, I am the rain upon your face, I am the very best of reasons for any man to fall from grace. I am your maybe just one slow dance, I am the rhythm in your hips, I am the laughter in the darkness, I am the finger to your lips, and I am here though you won't see me, you won't hear me, you won't feel me, but I'm everywhere you are. I'm in the shifting of the feather and the rising of the weather. I'm everywhere you are, everywhere you are. fight beside you when you dream. I am the chalice at the wellhead that brings you water from the stream. I am the heart that holds your fire. I am the song that bids you sing. And on the chessboard of desire, I am the queen that makes the king. And I am here though you won't see me, you won't hear me, you won't feel me, but I'm everywhere, I am everywhere you are. I'm in the shifting of the weather and the finding of the feather, but I'm everywhere, I am everywhere you are. I am the keeper of the garden where sweet honeysuckle grows. I am the rowan at your gate, I am the scent within the rose. And I am here though you won't see me, you won't hear me, you won't feel me, but I'm everywhere, I am everywhere you are. I'm in the shifting of the weather and the finding of the feather. I'm everywhere, I am everywhere you are. I am the answer with no question. I am the glorious embrace. I am the candle in your kitchen. I am the rain upon your face. I am the candle in your kitchen. I am the rain, I am the rain, I am the rain upon. I am the rain upon your face. That's Finding the Feather. And George, thank you. Yes, I tell you what, that's a really lovely idea. If you're asking asking a question about or commenting on something where it might not be obvious what I was playing at the time when you said that thing, then a quick word in brackets would be lovely, and I might be able to make more sense in my answer too. It's hard to do cross-stitch. Oh, yeah, I can see that. I did have somebody once apparently try to knit lace whilst singing to be doing Eleanor Roosevelt's knitting. And of course, when somebody is singing, knit one, purl one, yarn over, knit two together, it's very hard to go yarn over, slip one, purlwise, pass, slip, stitch, over, knit two. Bad idea, bad idea. Bad idea. Anybody knitting out there? I know we've got potion making, we've got jewellery making. I expect we've got some knitting. Judith, this will be available to watch afterwards. And I think I mentioned, yeah, they're going up on YouTube. Talis Kimberley kitchen sessions. Like and subscribe. Yada yada yada. Hard to do needle felting. Oh, Maria. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. I have one more lined up that I really want to do tonight. It's one of my... it's a prequel song. I think I mentioned earlier with Two White Wings how a number of times I'll take the story in a song and either see what's the sequel, what happened next, or what's the prequel, what happened before, or what I like to call a sidequel, which is a horrible word, but come up with a better one for me, which is some other angle on what's happening in the story, in the song, because usually there's just one viewpoint given, and there's always more ways to tell a story, always more ways. When I do songwriting workshops, I will often talk about how if you take the most prosaic and mundane of subjects, if you look at it the right way, it's what I call walking all around it and poking it with a stick. You can come up with umpteen different ways to address that subject, to find what the story is, whose point of view, in the past, in the future, is it a good thing, is it a bad thing, all sorts of things. Anyway, I haven't done one of those for a long time. So this is it's a prequel. It's a prequel. I'll tell you at the end what the song's a prequel to. Some of you will know already, some of you will guess. No, I said it doesn't work. Still on the knitting, yeah. Back when I was about 16, I had visited somebody who had sort of scooped me up because they were visiting somebody who got scooped up because they were all going to a folk club. It was one of those right place at the right time things. 17, I must have been 17, I'd left home. And I ended up at Cheddar Folk Club. This was many, many moons ago. And the act that they had there performing were a duo called Orion, which comprised Dee Jarlett and Martin Hanstead, now Martin Solomon. They're both still playing music, and they did a cover of a song that was very well known for anybody who knew anything about folk music, and I didn't know anything about folk music. I just knew that here was this gorgeous, vibrant red-haired woman singing with a marvellous voice a song that told a story of such power and magic. It pulled me in, and there in Cheddar Folk Club, I thought to myself, I want to be her, singing that. Now, I can't be her, I'm me. I like being me, I'm very happy being me, and I'm very glad that Dee is Dee. And I have sung that, but also I've sung this. This side of the knife, I was fool enough to wonder, ask what I should not have asked, and called down rain and called down thunder. This side of the knife I learned, better much too late, heard what I should not have heard, and sold us both to fate. This side of the knife, I'm going to have to break it to you that I might run out of battery. If I do, then I will lose the special mic, but I will come back and do this again with it plugged in. Okay, that's what I'll do. This side of the knife, I ran weeping to the ocean, bleeding out my jealousy. She said, and you call this devotion? This side of the knife, you're speaking naught but truth, and he will age and bear his guilt while you retain your youth. Oh, look for me in the burning place where the sword city burns. Speak my name with a lover's grace, where every flower opens. Trace my sign on the blade of the knife in darkest velvet clad. Here at the edge of Michael before he was mad. Oh. Side of the knife was the garden where he met me. Where's the comfort knowing he'll never in this world forget me? This side of the knife, it glitters so bright as it leaves his hand. Now there's only sallow lines where the water stains the sand. Oh, look for me in the burning place where the salt city deepens. Speak my name with a lover's grace till every flower opens. Trace my sign on the blade of a knife in darkest velvet clad. Here at the edge of Michael before he was mad. Oh, here at the edge of Michael before he was mad. Look for me in the burning place where the salt sea deepens. Speak my name with a lover's grace till every flower opens. Take my bones to the mouth of the cave when the shore is summer clad. Here at the edge of Michael before he was mad. Oh, here at the edge of Michael before he was mad. If wishes were fishes, then figures would ride, but the sky and the sea know the shape of my pride. If wishes were fishes, then figures would swim, the sky claimed me and the sea claimed him. If wishes were fishes, figures would ride, but the sky and the sea know the shape of my pride. If wishes were horses, figures would swim, but the sky claimed me and the sea claimed him. Look for me in the burning place. Speak my name with a lover's grace. You're going to have to imagine a big festival finish going to fade. But if I don't stop now, I'll lose this whole thing. So I'm going to stop there and I come back and do it again with the power in. Love you all. Well, that was wild and woolly. I really wanted to save the whole session, so my poor iPad is dying quietly in the corner, but it now has a little cable attached to it. So hopefully, in fact, I've seen that the rest of the session is there. So, do you know what? I'm going to take that whole last song again because I enjoy doing it and because I was rattling through a little bit and because why not? Okay, so to all 2, 3, 5 of you, I don't care. Here we go. And I was going to tell you at the end, so I'll tell you now. It's a prequel to Crazy Man Michael. This side of the knife, I was fool enough to wonder, ask what I should not have asked, and called down rain and called down thunder. This side of the knife I learned, better much too late, heard what I should not have heard, and sold us both to fate. This side of the knife, I ran weeping to the ocean, bleeding out my jealousy. She said, and you call this devotion? This side of the knife, she said, speak him not the truth, and he will age and bear his guilt while you retain your youth. Oh, look for me in the burning place where the salt sea deepens. Speak my name with a lover's grace till every flower opens. Place my sign on the blade of a knife in darkest velvet cloud. Here at the edge of Michael before he was mad. Die, 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 this side of the knife was the garden where he met me. Where's the comfort knowing he'll never in this world forget me? This side of the knife, it glitters so bright as it leaves his hand. Now there's only sallow lines where the water stains the sand. Look for me in the burning place where the salt sea deepens. Speak my name with a lover's grace till every flower opens. Trace my sign on the blade of a knife in darkest velvet cloud. Here at the edge of Michael before he was mad. Oh, here at the edge of Michael before he was mad. Die, 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 die. This side, look for me in the burning place where the salt sea deepens. Speak my name with a lover's grace till every flower opens. Take my bones to the mouth of the cave when the shore is summer clad. Here at the edge with Michael before he was mad. Oh, here at the edge with Michael before he was mad. Before he was mad. If wishes were horses when beggars would ride, but the sky and the sea know the shape of my pride. If wishes were fishes, then beggars would swim, but the sky claimed me and the sea claimed him. If wishes were horses, then beggars would ride, but the sky and the sea know the shape of my pride. If wishes were fishes, then beggars would swim, but the sky claimed me and the salt sea claimed him. Look for me in the burning place. Speak my name with a lover's grace. Look for me in the burning place. As I cling to the shell of this shallow life, look for me there, this side of the knife. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for coming back for seconds. There's always something is going to happen. I will see about putting another one together in a few weeks. Thank you so much for your company, and have a safe week, month, life, and I'll be seeing you again before long. Thank you all.